and welcome to the Brick Freaks. Today with Frank, your host for the show today, with a big set at the end of the year, or nearly, we're going to the end of the year. One of the biggest sets this year. Model number is 21011. We have nearly 7K on pieces, 6,860 pieces. And this is the first order command shuttle, or better known as Kylo Ren's command shuttle. There are two Lego versions of this. The first Lego version, they totally did the wrong color. They did it in dark bluish gray instead of black. And then 1 or 2 years later, the new version came out in black and looks much better. So this is a UCS version of this set with 5 times or 6 times the piece amount, so heavy, big. This is really big and heavy. I believe it's really packed till there's no room inside this package. Okay, we will see. I open the box and we have a closer look inside. Now this is the box. We have 16 building step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 13 and 14 to 16. Building step 10, 14, 15, 16 I have 2 bags, and A and B. There at the end there is 2 bags, so there are 2 bags, TY 1 and 2. I believe they are for the whole set. There's another bag with 4 lovely rims and the Mould King hammer. And the instruction booklet, we will have a closer look at that now. Okay, that's an impressive piece count here. Man oh man, I'm really curious how long I will need. Oh, this is building step 1 sorted on my table. All the pieces in the buckets are out of the 2 bags with TY1 and TY2, so that's the pieces for the whole set. That's my chair. So we have jumper plates, 2 buckets of our bricks with studs on side, 2 buckets. So okay, we know how the ship will be made. The grills, pins, and a whole bag 2x4 in black tiles. A lot of tiles with negative studs or positive studs, or inverted tiles. So instructions, pretty big, 350 something pages, 16 building steps. We have the normal Mould King instructions here. It looks pretty familiar, and in the end, after 975 building steps, we should achieve, we don't see it. We don't see it, we only have here the vector skids, but nothing more. Okay, so I'm really curious how this will look in the end. I hope astonishing. Now these are all the pieces for the building step 2. A lot of the 3-length Technic beams. Some Technic frames, a lot of bricks there, another frame, and a lot of plates. Okay, this is the achievement of building step 1. Underneath you see here is a Technic construction of Technic bricks and Technic frame. And we build it from that side. This is realized over hinge plates. You bring ones with the studs on top and one with the studs to the bottom. And you bring it onto the Technic frames, and then you can build on some studs here the next layer. So we have studs on top on both sides. I never had the experience that someone used the hinge blades to do this, but it worked. It looks cool, it looks nice. Okay, there's one gap, but yeah, already really entertaining build. Now building step 2. This is building step 3 lying ahead of me. So 2 begins, we assemble another big plate with a lot of Technic bricks and frames connected to the other, to the building step 1. And then you see here the two axles, then you push them through, and so you connect these 3 length lift arms overall, and everything is fine and secure. Really cool, really cool. There's not much space around it, so it's really tight and heavy already. It's not big, but it's really heavy, and it makes astonishing fun. Okay, I have to look. Something went down. Okay, I know. These, you see, they are only connected at the moment with one stud. Oh, this is the building step I was afraid of. A lot of pieces, different pieces, and small pieces. Alone the sorting was 15 minutes or something like that. Okay. Building step 3 was really entertaining, nicely. You can build, it's mostly is mirrored, so if you're building bigger parts, do it always twice and mirrored, so you are a little bit faster, because you have to search only one time and not 2 times. The building techniques used, really nice. Absolutely entertaining, very stable, everything fits, so at the moment very well together. So this is one of the best big Star Wars sets I had here on the table. Construction wise, building technique wise, and safety wise. You can hold it. There's always a point where you can hold it. So really good. So the most fancy one was the Razor Crest, and this is close to from the building techniques. But at the moment, perhaps a little bit better, because you don't have to be worried about the angles like in the Razor Crest UCS set, that mock from Mould King, obviously, or was it another company? I believe it was Mould King. So this is building step 5, laying in front of me, sorted. What you hear in the background is the dishwasher. Here is the building step 4. You see, we covered it here, we covered it there, we covered it here, brought on these extensions here, brought on the thrusters, here covers from underneath, cover. So, and everything is top notch from the building techniques here. This is really so entertaining. At the moment, I would say it's the best bigger UCS sets I have ever assembled. This is really pure fun and not so much black as I expected. Okay, really, really entertaining. Some red. Here we see the red transparent pieces. We know Kylo Ren's shuttle has a red glowing front, and yes, we will assemble this next. Next building steps will make the front here complete, and the next 2 building steps, and then we are finished with the middle part, and the last building steps, what is this, 5, 6, 7 to 16, and sometimes double backs only for the wings. So 2/3 of the set are the wings. Building step 6 lies in front of me, and this is the last one for the mid part of the ship. The rest, starting with building step 7, we are going to the wings. Oh, again? Okay. So 5 brought us here cover, there are some covers, and the seats, and the red front of the typical red front of Kylo Ren's shuttle. So nice building techniques, really cool to build, but you have to be a little bit careful, because you can't push too hard, or you have to bring a knife underneath, so you have a counter pressure or something like that. So a 14 plus, like the instruction says, am I right? No, it was the box says 14 plus. That's okay. 10, 11, 12-year-old, it's too complicated, but with 14, 15, no problem at all. Really great, and absolutely great build. nice usage of parts and really cool building techniques. Building step 6 brought us the whole middle part of Kylo's shuttle, and I think this looks absolutely Batman-worthy. It could be from Batman 2049 or something like that, or 2077 Cyber Batman. That could be his vehicle of choice. It looks really cool. Okay, this is done. And now the rest of the, I believe, over 4,000 pieces now for both of the wings. Yeah, I'm happy. Okay, I have a colleague here and we try to do our best to finish this today so I can go to the holidays on Monday. The angles, it's not absolutely perfect, but mostly it looks good without doing anything to close it, just like the first time. You see a little bit, you can squeeze this together, perhaps with a nice nearly invincible cord. You can flip this around and close the gaps totally, or with a black cord in that case. I believe a black cord perhaps is the better choice. So building steps 7 and 11. So I'm happy I have Max here, because doing this alone in the time I would never accomplish it. And the other thing is to build this twice. Okay, not so cool to do the same again. So that's nice, and together we have a saying in Germany, the pain through twice is only, yes, you know what I mean. So it's entertaining to be two people. It's easy to mirror it, even not then put something in like we did and never used, because it's really easy to mirror this in your mind and bring it onto the other side. And the building techniques are nice and entertaining. You have to really watch out what you're doing, because the blades from Mould King, yeah, you know, it's not so easy to get them apart, so better have a close look what you're doing. Building step 8 and 12. It's entertaining, but a little bit exhausting. Yeah. Have to be really carefully looking good. And this here is not really well underfitted. We will see how many gaps we will produce. Building steps 9 and 13. And like expected, it's going to be exhausting at this moment. And it's 10 o'clock in the evening and I still have 8 bags. Oh man, what am I doing? I hope I get this done before my vacation holidays. Oh man. Okay, this is really exhausting and you really have to be careful. The second building step of the wings was the most difficult, because everything was loose and you pushed another fall apart, really horrible. Now after this it's becoming a little bit stable, and yes, it's becoming better. It's still not really entertaining or funny, but it's becoming better. Now the building steps 10 and 14. And I try now to assemble them here to our shuttle. This is how they will be fixated. I hope everything works fine. We will see. Now last building step 16, 15 is the same. 15 I already, wow, assembled it. So last piece, and I did it in 3 days. Astonishing. We see us in a few seconds in the review part. After around 18 to 20 hours of assembly, I can finally present you Kylo Ren's first order command shuttle in his impressive appearance here. That's really a sick model. Absolute sick set. It's from cavegod. I should have known it. Cavegod is a champion of big UC assets with really good instructions, and everything fits well together if Mould doesn't mess up with the instructions, and here they didn't. So I believe this is really relatively close to cavegods. Normally I buy the cavegod instructions, but this time this here is going right away, and I buy only the instructions from the set I keep, so it makes no sense to buy instructions and give the sets away. Okay, so cavegods. Mould King 21011, 6,860 pieces. I believe they said 14 plus on the box, I don't know. Okay, 16 building steps and around 20 hours. You have it here. That's so impressive. Okay, I measure it because I'm pretty sure you want to know which size we are dealing here with. A little bit over. So we are at 40 centimeters around in width. In depth we have from the cannon to the thrusters around 46 centimeters, 45, 46, and when I remember correctly we have 83 centimeters in height. Yes, exactly 83 centimeters in height. Okay, let's go through it. The instructions are okay, but sometimes the angle is not so good. Be careful, especially when you are on the wings, that you really have the right studs and the right distance between the pieces, because it's a mess if you have to build back. With the middle part, no problem. With the wings, sometimes the angle is not so good, and you really have to count and check everything is all right, because it's a pity if you have to assemble it back. It costs a lot of time. Okay, so instructions are okay, not the absolute best, but I did it. So if I can do it with some help, time-wise, you can do it. Okay, so it's okay instructions. Not very good, not bad, okay. You can assemble it with it. So it's done its purpose. Piece quality, no problem. We have gold bricks pieces, like usual from Mould King. We have no color consistency problems, we have no clutch power problems. We have no missing pieces, everything is fine. We have no stickers, we have no prints. It's just what you see. We have 6 colors, we have black and white. Yes, one white, 2 white pieces in the whole set, here and here. I believe 14 or 18 yellow pieces, around 30 red pieces, around 500-600 dark bluish gray, and inside is a little bit more red. 5K black pieces, the rest are the other colors, but only 6 colors. So if you want to buy this for the pieces, you get a lot of black. The assembly, the design of the assembly, it's cavegod. It's doable, it's okay. The middle part, the shuttle itself, great. Absolutely. One of the best sets I have ever built from the big UCS Star Wars sets. The middle part, absolutely great. Everything fits well together. The angles are good. Everything, comes at the end really good together. No gaps, nothing. It looks really nice. It looks no, not nice, it looks very, very, very nice, very cool. And the middle part is an absolute party, really. I was so happy with this here. And then this one, the building steps 1 to 6 are the shuttle, and then 7 to 16 are the wings. The wings, they are not easy. I had help because I didn't have the time. Today is Sunday afternoon, and tomorrow morning I go to the holidays, vacation, to the Netherlands. And I wanted to show you these in my holidays, that there is a nice video for you. And so Max, a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, helped me with, he built one wing mostly and I the other. He helped me with the lower part of this wing here and the upper part, the last 2 building steps I did alone. But thank you, Max. It was really, he was 12 hours sitting here with me and assembling the wings. That's really nice. Okay. You need a good level of, or you don't have, if you are easily frustrated, it's not your set. Because the wings really need your attention, your time, and everything must be correct. If you're a little bit sloppy with the wings, it's a mess. It's a mess. Basically, you have some Technic bricks, the Technic beams. Between the Technic beams, you have bricks with studs on side and sometimes gaps. So if you're bringing on the blades and click it in, sometimes it's not underfitted and it's hollow underneath. And it was building step 1 and 2 of the 4 for the wings, of the 5 for the wings for each wing. 1 and 2 are really annoying. With 3, you get a little bit more stability. And 4 is no problem. 4 is finishing the lower part. 5 and 6 for each, or 5 for each wing, building step 5 for each wing, the upper part. That's easy. That's easy. That's no problem. But you have to build the wing correct, because if you don't do it, this here will not slide in, because it must be hollow at some points to get the Technic bricks sliding in. Okay, so what I want to say, this is not a set for beginners. If you're used to Star Wars, to Lego Star Wars, and think, wow, I have the Kylo Ren shuttle, but I want this, and you have only built 5 or 6 Star Wars Lego sets, don't buy this. That's another kind of animal, really. If you're used to building MOCs and bigger sets, like me or like a lot of you others, no problem. But if you're new in the game, start with something less complicated and with a lower level of frustration. Because here it can give you some frustration. I seen it because Max, the colleague who helped me, built Lego 15 years ago, the last time. And so he was sometimes really stressed with looking the distances, the studs, the color and everything. And you push and something else goes away, you turn it, push again, and another part for, you know what I mean. So, and he is, like I said, new to the game, and he helped me, but I seen in his face he was a little bit frustrated, and he was really happy when we finished it and he can go and take his sleep. So what I want to say, if you're new to the business, don't buy this set. It's not, if it's not your first MOC, you build perhaps a cavegod MOC or another cool big Lego UCS Star Wars set, then it's okay. Because like I said, the instructions are okay, and cavegod normally makes sets you can assemble. Not easy, it's for advanced builders, but it's doable. I have other sets here on the table. I remember the Death Planet, the Death Star from Mould King, that was horrible, absolutely horrible. Okay. you don't get all the blades really pushed together. Because like I said, sometimes there is only a Technic beam underneath and he's a little bit deeper than the bricks you're connecting to, so you push through. Sometimes it's hollow. The big tiles, the 6x6, 8x16, you know them. If you bring them on a bunch of other blades, it's not easy. And especially if you have no counter pressure on the other side. When the whole wing is assembled, then you can go and push a little bit on some locations, but you don't get all the gaps away. That's not possible. With this building technique, it's, I let it. It's not possible to get all the gaps or all the blades connected without small gaps. Even if you use the hammer, because like I said, yeah, the construction of the wings, it's great. Everything fits together. But it's exhausting. It's really exhausting. Okay. Yes. The last part, it slides only in here. You see this? Oh, no. That's nothing. Okay. I let it. It slides in. Like you see now, I pushed it a little bit out and it don't slide in again so easy, because in the middle part is a lot of pressure, and if not everything is aligned. Okay, I can keep this. So you see, that's a lot of distance he has to travel, and yeah, it blocks again. I had this in the first moment and no. I do it in the end. Okay. We can open here this a little bit. You see the 3 driver seats or pilot seats. We can push a little bit. Oh my bloody fingers. There's a possibility. Here. I'm a little bit anxious. Oh no. Okay. Here you see it. You can bring it down so your minifix can walk in and come to the seat. The front here is not perfect, especially this panel should stay 5 millimeters more to the middle, but it's okay. I've seen worse gaps, so I can live with it. If you have a black, small, nearly invisible cord, then just wrap it around once and you have perfect, no gaps, and everything fits together. Just black, nearly invisible cord, wrap it once around, and the thing here is done. One thing I can't show you. Normally we have joints in it, and you know the shuttle, it can move the wings. The problem is the feet that hold the weight are on the wings. If I tilt the wings, the feet will fall apart and the whole shuttle crashes down. So it's nice that we have the possibility to play with the wings and get them in another angle, but not with that feet. I've seen pictures of someone who made a Technic construction for the shuttle, so that the shuttle is floating in a Technic frame, and then you can move the wings to the side, because the construction is a little bit higher than the feet here. The feet are in the air and you can move it. So perhaps if you don't have the height for the set and you say, okay, I have 60 centimeter but not 80, then make you a stand out of Technic in this shape, set the shuttle in, and then you can move a little bit the the wings, and perhaps you came down to 60 centimeter or 50 centimeter height. It looks cool when the wings are not 90 degrees, if they're 45, but it's impressive. If you bring them really down, you have 160 centimeter width, so nobody has that space. Okay, nobody has 80 centimeters in height, so that's really, it's not an easy set to find a good place for. Okay, if you have any comments, I'm happy. If you have any questions, write it in the comments. I try to answer. I'm in Netherlands now for a week, but once a day in the evening I will check YouTube for your comments. Yes. I can't answer your comments if you have special answers or if I have to watch something for you, because like I said, I'm in the vacation, you have to wait 1 week, but I try my best. Okay, that was it. I'm really happy I did it in the time to show it to you, and now I have 1 week vacation, no Lego, no Technic, no smartphone. I'm really happy. Okay, I'm Frank, one of you brick freaks, and I catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.